Hey, what is up mortals, it is JamesCfer here, and before we get into today's video, there's a few things I'd like to say. Firstly, we've hit 3,000 subscribers. Let's go beyond plus ultra and get to 4,000 by May. So United States, smash that like button, and if you'd be so kind to hit that subscribe button down there if you haven't already, that'd be great. Secondly, there are links in the description to my Patreon where you can support my channel, and there's also a link down there to the Discord as well. On the Discord you can talk to myself and other mortals, and it'd be awesome to see you join us. Now, into the what if. What if Deku was a Saiyan? Let's say his dad was a Saiyan, and his mother was human. We'll also say that Deku has a tail, because when his dad was around, he didn't really think about it, and it wasn't a threat. Let's also say that he hasn't gone grade 8 because his mum knew about it and made sure that he wasn't out on a full moon. Well, this means that everything would stay the same up until the sludge villain attack. I would say that Deku would be able to do more to help Bakugo since Saiyans are naturally stronger than humans. And because beginning Kid Goku could lift the car, that's about 3% of full cow by the way. He was also able to shake bullets off, which I'm pretty sure is about 6 to 12% of full cow. And Goku was able to do this stuff while he was 11. Deku in this case is 15. So the way this would go is, Deku runs in to help Bakugo, and with his sheer strength, he grabs Bakugo and pulls him out of the sludge villain. He would push Bakugo to the side as the sludge villain came around with a massive wave of attack. That would hit Deku and knock him into a wall. Remember, in this timeline, people think Deku is a quirk, which is his tail. The villain attacks again and again. Then, from a distance, you hear All Might saying, "I am here." All Might then comes in yelling Texas Smash, causing the villain to get knocked out and go flying everywhere. Later in the evening, Deku runs into All Might and All Might asks Deku, "Do you really want to be a hero?" And Deku says, "Yes, of course." And All Might chooses Deku as a successor because of his sheer bravery and willingness to act, even though that his quirk wasn't suited to fight against the sludge villain. He explains the quirk to Deku, and All Might tells him to stop geeking out as Deku is just going nuts about this quirk. All Might then speaks to Deku about Deku's quirk, talking about how it gives him speed and strength. All Might ponders to himself, is it even possible for a quirkless kid to have powers in any way, shape or form? All Might is intrigued by this and asks him to meet him on the beach. We move on to the training where All Might tells Deku to start moving all the trash off the beach, before he deems him worthy of wielding the quirk. All Might uses this as an excuse to see if it's possible for a quirkless person to have that much strength and speed. Deku clears the beach in less than 2 months and All Might is shocked. How much power does this boy have? All Might says to Izuku that you are worthy of using my quirk and having it. Now let me pass down my quirk to you. Now eat this. The rest of the 6 months, they did even more bodybuilding, lifting, and training. Izuku being able to use about 25% fairly easily at the start, would gain the ability to use about 50%. All Might see in Izuku's progress deems him worthy of some hand-to-hand combat, so they begin sparring. All Might and Izuku are only using about 5%. Izuku holds back as well, just because he doesn't want to break his bones. All Might swiftly dodges most of Izuku's attacks and punches him back with a 5% Mississippi Smash. This knocks Izuku off his feet. All Might tells Izuku off for thinking too much while he's fighting. He also explains to Izuku that you're not using the quirk right, you need to let it flow through you when you're fighting. All Might takes this chance, while they're sparring, to do another 5% Detroit Smash and punches Izuku in the stomach. Deku, holding his stomach, replies, "Hey, that's no fair. Why are you attacking me while I'm thinking?" All Might laughs and tells him off. A villain will never wait for you to finish thinking. Days after their fighting matches, Izuku begins to have an understanding of how All Might's using his quirk. They begin to use about 10% of their power when fighting each other. Of course, Izuku can now use 80% at this point, and by mimicking how All Might uses One For All, he's now able to use full cow. The reason for this being is Saiyans have an insane learning and replication speed, like how Kid Goku could replicate the Kamehameha in an instant, which took Master Roshi, someone who is abnormal for his species, 50 years to learn. All Might warns Izuku to suppress himself to lower himself to 20%. At his highest he should be going to 50%, because his 80% attacks could destroy cities. He did say that there was a way to control it, and said nothing else after that. Now, some extra information. I don't think he'll unlock Ki despite being a Saiyan. Being able to use it without training, like Saiyan Saga, Vegeta, Bardock, and Broly, is fairly uncommon among at least the Saiyans. It normally takes some sort of training for them to actually unlock the ability to release their Ki. Now back to the series. Let's say in the 9th month, he felt something wasn't quite right. Something was sparking and filling him with unique energy. Let's also say that from this intense training, Izuku's been getting several Zenkais by being beaten up. So this should put Izuku's base at around the same level as Goku when he drank the Ultra Divine Water. So Goku at 15 is about the equivalent to Izuku at 15. Deku now walks into the entrance exams confident, and he's ready to become a hero. He does way better as he zooms past everyone with full cal at 30%, causing pressure waves to just move about as he goes. He's one-shotting most of the robots around the area, getting the vast majority of the points and preventing a lot of people from getting points. Everyone else starts to get desperate to get points while Izuku's just taking them all out. Izuku starts to notice this and then starts to go for the bigger robots to let everyone get some of the smaller ones. Then there's Ochako. When he sees Ochako pinned under some of the rubble, Izuku just vanishes. He then appears right in front of the robot with just his fist glowing, and he smashes that robot and completely just sends the robot flying upwards into billions of pieces as it just goes everywhere. The only thing that appears to have happened to his arm is his arm now has no sleeve. He goes back to destroying most of the other robots. His results for the written exam and the robot and hero points, not only did he get the highest in all 3 criteria, but he appears to be the top student at UA. Anyway, that's where we're going to end this part. Thank you all for watching, it means the world to me. I'm a little bit sick if you cannot tell. I hope you can't, but sometimes it does come through. And yeah, peace out mortals, have an amazing day, don't forget to rate, comment and subscribe. Eyes in the sky, gazing far into the night, I raise my hand to the fire, but it's no use, 'cause you can't stop it from shining.